It was always the same voice in Maya's head. Every time she wanted to try something new, take a risk, or be her real self, that voice would whisper, "What will people think?" It wasn't loud, but it was strong enough to stop her from doing so many things. It was there when she wanted to wear bright yellow shoes she loved. It was there when she considered quitting her job to pursue photography. It was even there when she wanted to speak up in a meeting. That one question, "What will people think?" became the wall between her and the life she truly wanted. Maya wasn't weak. She was kind, smart, creative, and deeply thoughtful. But she had been trained, like many of us, to live her life on someone else's terms. Her parents taught her to behave a certain way to fit in. Her teachers rewarded her for following the rules and punished her for being too loud or too bold. Her friends gave her subtle signals about what was cool, what was not, what was acceptable. So slowly, Maya started living in a box built by other people's opinions, and it was suffocating. She was 29, sitting in her small apartment, working from home as a marketing executive. On the outside, her life looked fine. She had a job, a few friends, and an Instagram feed that made everything look great. But inside, she was tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of silencing her dreams. Tired of hiding the parts of herself she thought others wouldn't like. That day, Maya saw a childhood photo of herself pop up in her memories. She was around 8 years old, dressed in a glittery purple costume, holding a hairbrush like a microphone, singing in the middle of the living room. Her eyes were full of joy. No fear, no hesitation, just pure freedom. She stared at the photo and whispered to herself, what happened to her? The answer came back loud and clear. She started caring too much about what people think. And that was the moment Maya knew something had to change. But change didn't come easily. The fear of judgment runs deep in all of us. It's wired into our biology. Evolutionary psychologists say that in ancient times, being accepted by the group was necessary for survival. Rejection meant danger, possibly even death. So we developed this fear as a way to protect ourselves. But in today's world, that fear holds us back more than it helps us. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found that people who excessively feared social judgment were more likely to experience anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. The researchers noted that worrying too much about others' opinions often leads to people living less authentic lives, and that creates long-term emotional stress. Maya had felt that stress for years. She remembered all the things she never did because of that fear. She didn't apply for a creative writing class because she worried she'd be the oldest student. She never started a YouTube channel, even though she had dozens of ideas written down in a notebook, because she feared people would laugh. But after seeing the childhood photo, she made a promise. I will stop letting the fear of judgment run my life. So she started small. She wore the yellow shoes. No one said anything mean. In fact, someone complimented her at the coffee shop. Then she posted a video on YouTube. Only a few people watched it, but someone left a comment. This was exactly what I needed today. Then she finally signed up for that creative writing course. She was nervous the first day, but the class was full of people just like her, people who were afraid but showed up anyway. With each step, Maya felt freer. And then came the biggest test. Her boss offered her a promotion. More money, more status, more hours. Everyone around her said, you'd be crazy to turn it down. But Maya didn't feel excited. She felt trapped. She knew deep down it would take her further away from what she loved. She sat alone, thinking, what will people think if I say no? And then she smiled. She finally had her answer. Let them think whatever they want. I'm choosing me. So she turned down the promotion and, a few months later, transitioned to part-time work. She used the extra time to build her YouTube channel, write more stories, and volunteer at an animal shelter, something she'd always wanted to do but never had time for. Was it easy? No. There were days of doubt, awkward conversations, and people who didn't understand. But for the first time, Maya was living a life that felt real. Famous author Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do." And it's true. Most people are too busy thinking about their own lives to judge yours as much as you imagine. And even if they do judge you, so what? Their opinion doesn't pay your bills. It doesn't live in your skin. It doesn't carry your heart. You do. And that means you get to choose. Maya learned that the key wasn't to make the fear disappear. It was to stop letting it decide. She still hears that voice sometimes. What will people think? But now she answers it with a smile and says, "It doesn't matter. I know who I am." And that's the shift that changed everything. Let's go back to the research for a second. A 2016 study in the Journal of Happiness Studies found that people who prioritize personal values over social conformity experience higher life satisfaction. The researchers emphasized that authenticity, not popularity, is what leads to long-term fulfillment. So if you're stuck in that same loop, asking, "What will people think?" every time you want to be bold, true, or different, pause and ask yourself this instead. What do I think? What do I want? What makes me feel proud? Because at the end of the day, you are the only person who has to live with your choices. No one else gets to feel your regrets. No one else gets to carry your dreams. That's your job. So don't let the fear of judgment be the jail that keeps you from joy. Do the thing. Sing the song. Quit the job that drains your soul. Start the project. Wear the outfit. Speak your truth. Even if your voice shakes. Even if no one claps at first. Even if they talk behind your back. Because the people who truly love you will cheer for your happiness, even if they don't understand it right away. And the people who judge you, they were never your people to begin with. You get one life. Don't spend it waiting for permission. Take it from Maya. Freedom begins the moment you decide that your opinion of yourself matters more than anyone else's. So today, right now, make a promise. You will stop letting fear of judgment control your life. You will choose courage over approval. You will live louder, truer, freer. Ignore what will people think, and watch how your life begins to bloom. You are allowed to dream big. You are allowed to change paths. You are allowed to take up space, be bold, be seen. Don't shrink to fit someone else's comfort.